No, so pretty cool. He said if it's an escort, it's a police one. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. How are you doing? Happy Friday. Let me get up in here. Get up in here and say what's up. So, yeah. And come up in here and get all the sticky it gets. Let's see what's going on. I mean, hey Susan. Hey Emily. How you guys doing today? How are you doing? Don't you hate Emily when you do that? Sometimes I'll send out the message and I normally will be like, hey, hey, how you doing? Or say somebody's name and give a heart and a hug. And then when I don't, I'm like, I don't want them to think like everybody else was on the hearts. Because you got to be careful around here. I swear. I mean, everything you don't mean is what somebody going to take it for. That's what somebody going to be. Oh, that's what you meant. That's what you meant. Happy Friday. How are you guys doing? How are you two doing? Hey, Bossy, what's up, sis? How you doing? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you? How are you? I'm telling y'all, let me tell you something. Yesterday, every part of my heart and part of me wanted to come and come in here live. It is so easy, when you're on the other side and you think like, man, if I was doing this, I just would set out this time every day and I do it and I do it. But the thing is, forget about setting out the time. Sometimes you just wake up and you're not there. It don't mean you going somewhere super dark. It don't mean you going to the bottom. Just you're not there. Yesterday I kind of woke up and I was just in one of those places where if I sat still too long, I felt like my mind is just gonna start going, things are going, bleh, stuff is happening. And I'm like, wait, what? I was like, wait, I just have to breathe. And I started thinking of some things and some places that actually make me happy, like when I was young. And going for the first time, I remember going to Navy Pier in Chicago for the first time. And thinking it didn't even have the, you know what I mean, the big Ferris, you know what I mean? It didn't have that then. It didn't have all the stuff it has now. And they had a whole Pixar miniature golf right outside of the pier setup. They have the miniature golf that they have in the pier. They have, laser tag in the pier. The children's museum is on the pier. They have little rides like a carnival. It's on the pier. They have a whole hotel on the pier. They have so many things on the pier. And then more than anything, it's right next to the water. It is right next to the water. Hold on, because my eye is acting up. Hold on one second. It's right next to the water. So more than anything, it's a relaxing place. The water is a safe place to me. The water is a calming place to me. The water is this place that just lets me think. And I actually, for some reason, I don't know if it's because we made up of so much water, but there are times that I'm at the water and I feel like the only thing I can hear is really me. Like feel really what I'm feeling. So the last time I went live was Wednesday. On Wednesday, I went live. No, yeah, I went live. Then I had my appointment, and all I did was watch all the stuff on this Dre McRae, and not just watch people's opinion or what they were researching, but I literally went and just nonstop watched this woman's videos, watched her videos, and everything else. And when I was done, I was so heavy because the part I just kept thinking about is like when you have your children, your sons, your daughters, one of the things you hope is that they find someone who loves them and uplifts them and builds them and not breaks them down or destroys them or hurts them or you know what I mean? That's what you hope. And so, but sometimes our kids are being something toxic, thinking that, oh, it just has this bad part. But when you get past that, it's all good. But what if that bad part destroys you? So I was real heavy thinking about that. And then, like with the John Walsh case, It's like I have a lot of thoughts about John Walsh, but I'm really good that no matter who the celebrity we're talking about, I can separate them from that. You know what I mean? So when I when it was Bill Cosby, I could separate the Jello Man and Cliff Huxtable. I could separate that from what those were. So you know what I mean? I could separate R. Kelly from the music. I could separate what he was doing from the music. I could separate those things. I really can. I really can. And so with that case, I feel like there's a lot we need to know because I have known of people who did something so heinous to their children or whatever it is before and kind of abuse it was that every time a baby came out of their privates, it was taken by the state. And I know that's not easy. I mean, because there's a lot of people who done did wrong, but their children still got them. But just after all of that, and I was just drained for the day. So the next day I woke up and I still felt drained. I just still felt down. I still felt heavy. I still felt like both cases had too many unanswered questions. I still felt like, I felt heavy. I felt like, though I feel like everything's about to break and I'm about to, get up out of here and get into my place and everything else. I started thinking about a bunch of stuff. I was like, oh, no, 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 we're not going to this place of it's fine to think about things, but I'm not thinking them through, or I'm just sitting here dwelling and being sad in them. So yesterday I went to the pier and I thought and I breathed and I and I listened to the birds. I watched when the boats came through and as the current just kept going, you could see the little waves as it moved. I just really enjoyed myself. I enjoyed looking at my beautiful skyline and thinking about how much I love this city and how I know that no matter what's going on wrong here, it has some beautiful, great people. And I think that needs to be the noise everybody hears about the great restaurants and the great communities and the beautiful sights it has. Like for free. You go sit on that pier and see that beautiful skyline I seen for free. Now, if you want to do something on the pier, you're going to spend some money. But other than that, the Children's Museum is free on Thursdays. You can go there and enjoy it. It's a beautiful place. It's at such great. Like yesterday when I went, I wanted to see the African quilting exhibit that was there. But like I said, so many things were going on. They had a trivia game for free. Like I said, there was a lot going on. There's always something going on up there. So that was a great thing. And it really opened me up. And oh yeah, another thing that was kind of happy was not even happy. I won't say, hey Queen over here, I was watching your live earlier. I won't even say it was heavy. But it was just, even with the things going on here on YouTube. So yesterday I just took a time to break and think. And breathe. And I never feel bad about anything I say on here because I know at the end of the night I'm not trying to say anything wrong, and two, it's my opinion. You know what I mean? We all got them. We all got them. I'm not saying it's the gospel. You know what I mean? It's not the word on the curb. It's just what I feel, what I'm thinking. So yeah, like I said, so I just took a break. I thought that I'm getting real tired of hearing people when we only speak of bullying on YouTube. It seems like in this sector, when we speak of bullying on YouTube, we only speak on the what happened recently with JY. And what bothers me about that is because in the past 2 years, I've seen several people in this sector talk about trying to take their life, attempted to take their life, spoke on they were at the verge of taking their life, begged to be left alone before they took their life. I've seen it happen with subscribers. I've seen it happen with content creators. So let's not pick and choose on this in this area. Who we're gonna pick was, I guess, the messiah of the pain. It's a lot of pain around here. Who's the just like whenever you start bringing up, don't show somebody's kids. You know what you keep hearing in the background? What about when they showed my kids? What about when they showed my kids? What about when they? No one's better than the other. That's what I'm just saying. So it's like the the things that go on. You like, hey, kind of everybody's doing that. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna dwell into it. Like even when I with Toxic Diamond, I just heard recently about. her being incarcerated. And here's the thing. The other day, I even thought about that when I was watching her buddy go in on another creator. And I thought, damn, half the stuff you're saying happened to your buddy. So some of us got to think that even when we hurting others with this stuff, I'm sorry, guys, my eyes. Even when we going off on another one, you better look left, look right at your homies, because they might fit it, and then it just sounds like you talking about them. And if it's wrong over here, it's wrong over there. It's just wrong, and just say it's wrong. And here's the thing: let me tell you something. Some of my friends done wrong, and I'm not talking about on YouTube. I've done wrong in my life. I'm not a bad person. I made a mistake. Did I learn from it? Did I continue to make the same mistake? That's what you got to start asking yourself. But like I said, over here, so yesterday I just sat and thought. I sat by the lake and I just thought. And I thought at the end, like I thought before. And it's one of the things that continues to come to my mind. But at the end of the night, remember, Danny, no matter what somebody says or what somebody thinks, what somebody else eats will never make me shit. So I'm not responsible for anyone. I'm not. I'm responsible for me. So I hope when I come in here, I stand on my word. I hope when I come in here, I show the same respect that I want back. Because I'm not asking of nothing, of anyone, that I'm not willing to be or do myself. Period. I'm not. And here's the thing. Here's the best part. Honestly, y'all, I'm not coming in here asking anything of anyone like that. I'm not. I want to see everybody make it where they're supposed to make it. And if you're making it is falling, and that's how you make it, that's yours. That's your story. It's not mine. It's not mine. But you should get used to it, because I definitely will be doing the YouTube news. And in that, I'm going to cover anything I want to, or any highlights. And also, when we come out this sector, when we talk about people that are attempted as, there are actual YouTube content creators who have taken their life because of the bullying. That's a fact. Look that up. And then you won't have to use an example anymore of the people who attempted. You'll know that there are people on here who hit the ends. And I don't think it's right, period. But some people are saying it while you are putting the thought or the hope or the straw that's going to break the camel's back on somebody else right now. Who's to say you're not dissing somebody right now or doxing somebody right now, and it's causing them to want to end it? Who's to say that? How could you ever be yelling about what was wrong, and you know you did it? Because if that's the case, the only person you should talk about who did it wrong was you. When it comes to the things I've done, I'm not going to sit here and give you the example of somebody else's story on why I know I don't do that no more. I'm going to give you my story. I'm going to tell you why I don't do it no more. I'm going to tell you what happened in my life, or to one of my friends, or to somebody I love because of this. But like I said, YouTube as a whole, it's a lot of bullying going on around here, where you got people trying to get up with the feds, trying to really get cases on people who got cases on them for it, people who've lost their channels for truly doing it, people who have taken their lives for being bullied on here. So it's a fact. You don't need to highlight Billy Bob or Sarah Sue. It's a fact. And to say, wait a minute, what about if you're doing this? Okay, first of all, in all the clicking and clicking and digging we doing, when is the clique that got together and said, how about we just gonna get on some other shit and prove they ain't nothing? And prove that they'll still be reaching for me, doing for me. How about, you know what? I'm a move the rest of the way in silence. We put this, whatever it is, that's just all we gotta do. Because it's just a bunch of damn wars going on. People just fighting. Like, for instance, I seen Recovery with Sophie. Now, Recovery with Sophie, I've been cool with her for a few months now. I mean, I've had no problem with, like I said, I speak on somebody and I speak on a relationship. I ain't got no problem with these people. What if we ever got into it about? What if we ever, so it would be no reason to have a problem. But like I said, I seen her on her channel the other day crying and everything else. When I put aside all the parts she was talking about, the part that bothered me the most was that people on YouTube really feel like they have to explain themselves. Who is this judge and jury you're explaining yourself to? Who are these people that are so powerful? That I've been saying literally for like 8, 9 months. The reason I don't be on nothing with the giant, because he is not high or low in my class. And like with most things, I'm gonna speak on what I feel about it and I'm gonna move on. So then they can look like they just chilling and I'm overworked, overbothered. No, I rejoice when whatever's done is done or whatever becomes. Because every dog, including myself, got his day. And that's what anybody, that's not just dissing your buddy. Some of y'all got grudges on people for no reason, but be mad because people got grudges on people because they hurt them. Some of y'all got grudges with people because somebody else got a grudge with somebody. You don't even got your own authentic problem with them. You just have a problem. There's a problem in the air and someone has it. And so I was thinking about that when I was at the lake. And that's why I was thinking, I'm so glad I've been telling you all. I'm so glad I got my community wall when I did so that I could start getting ready to go ahead and do what it is I had to do. All right, I've set the line. I've said who I am. I've done that. And let's get to business because so many people in here and on here, and I mean on YouTube, not just this sector, are so caught in bullshit. You know what I mean? And once again, you ain't the B sector, you ain't none of those, none of that, and you just so caught in bullshit. But then telling me like, oh, we're the positive sector. We're the uplifting sector. What are you uplifting? What are you uplifting? Are you uplifting the times I'm going to the range and doing practice? Are you uplifting? What is it that's uplifting? And so, I don't know. So I just said, you know what? I got to do what I came to do. I have to be, what I came to do to prove that, hey, you come on here and it's choices. Everything is a choice. If y'all want me to believe, I don't care who you calling your leader, that they giving you the free will to choose. But I got to come on here and I'm forced. Oh, I better not say I like this person because everybody don't. I don't care. Because when I started liking them, I didn't go out to look to who didn't like them to see if it would be okay with them if I liked them or not. And I'm not going to go to the masses for that too. Because there's going to be people in that same group that's telling me they don't like the person I like that don't like me. For whatever reason, they just don't like me. I ain't came on here messing with nobody. These people don't like me. You got a choice. You got it right. You can. You cannot like me. And I'm sorry to hear it, but wish I could get to the bottom of it. But let me tell you something. I don't have TikTok. I don't have no time for that. Not TikTok that you go watch for funny videos. I just got no time. I got no time to be sitting around trying to persuade people to like you who just made up their mind or heard what they should do. I don't worry about that kind of stuff. And none of us should. What did you come on here for? Did you come on here to be entertained? Did you come on here to be in the gossip? Did you come on the lab? Did you come on to see some good dragons? Did you come on to learn some meals? Did you come? Whatever it is, trust me, there's an area in here, on here, and through here that I have that. Like I'm hearing that when they start revealing the numbers, and I'm trying to make sure that this is the clear understanding that I have. But then when they start revealing the numbers, then some numbers will go down because if they're not your active watchers, meaning that they're not viewing your content and everything else, they won't count. But I need to know how many days would that be. Like, who knows? Because I know it's sometimes that it's people I'm subscribed to, and then because you'll end up in different areas here. I end up with these, and they could be in 8 different areas, and these 8 content creators. But for this week or two, I'm really just watching like their stuff, and it's a lot to go through watching different people's stuff, and it's hours consuming, and I'm not spending 24 hours doing it. So I don't know, but I'm like, oh well, I definitely want to make sure that then I really want to get up on anybody who I support, and I might have not been, because I don't want to seem like I'm an inactive subscriber to them. So if that's the case, but like I said, I'm trying to completely understand that. I really am. So people's numbers are changed too. And to me, what am I hiding for? What am I running for? If I just started YouTube, did I expect to come on here and hold on, she has 27,000? Then I'm sure some drama happened, something big happened. You got some breaking story but I'm going in the pace I'm going in, and that's what I'm doing. And I'm enjoying the scenery and the sights and the lessons on the road. Now also, I learned a lot before I ever even came on here or thought of coming on here. I've watched it. Like I said, I've been an active person watching and being a part of YouTube for years. And I have definitely been active in the comments and uh, subscribing and being a part of YouTube since at least 2013. That's what I'm trying to. I mean 14. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Before I was even on Facebook. I didn't start a Facebook account until 2016. Never had one before that. Never. I was gonna do what was it called? Oh my goodness. It was called like nanny care or something. But anyway, you could apply for them and they would tell you about jobs and you could get them. But I forget what that was called. But when they had a profile, they wanted you to have like a social media profile. So I went to set up a page with that. But then I'm like, I don't want to be forced to have social media now, right? Want one. So then I came off of that. Then one day, my little cousin like, oh, you should set up a Facebook and you don't even have to go on because I was saying the reasons why I didn't want to do it. And I was like, oh no, I'm not. And then finally I just set up. So like I said, but no, Danny didn't. Danny didn't. And one of the main reasons I didn't do social media, guys, is because of the bullying. Not worried about anybody bullying me. It's the bullying. It's the clout chasing. It's the everything glitters not gold, but some reason we think it's gold because it's glittering. It's the lies for me. It's the lies for me. People will come on here and tell you one thing, and the next day tell you something that completely contradicts that, and we'll still be sitting around cheering them on for the lie they told us the day before. No, thank you. So that was one of the main reasons I didn't do social media. And sorry, I keep turning the camera off. But for some reason, every time I turn this camera on and look into it, my eye feels like it's crossing. So even when I put the sunglasses down, so I'm just gonna leave it off because in that way I don't have to stare at the camera at all. But I don't want to have my face showing and I'm looking down because I can't look up. So I apologize. I really do. Uh, that's another thing. Sometimes I feel like I'm always apologizing about my eye. And one of the things I used to do a lot when I felt like I was wrong all the time was I was always saying sorry. So I could have made a mistake. And the first thing I said is, I'm sorry. My bad, I'm sorry. You know, I'd bump my toe and say sorry to myself. I just always am sorry. I'm sorry. You ever done that before where you just always apologize? And when I got to the bottom of why I even did that and figured out like it was a part of me that felt like I was wrong. So I'm always the one who's wrong. So I'm going to cut it by just apologizing. I'm going to leave you to suspense and I'll just take the blame. I'll take the credit, even if I wasn't wrong. Or if it was nothing to apologize about. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my bad. Make a mistake. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I used to do that a lot. And there would be people sometimes that would say, would you stop saying sorry? What are you sorry for? Why are you apologizing? But when anyone's under attack, they're in the defense. And I'm not under attack on here at all. So please do not misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not under attack on here at all. But the attacks I see of people, the way people feel that they got to move because it's the way to survive on here, it lets me know we under attack. It lets me know that the forces that run it, that have the power, are bad. They wrong. And they made an army of knuckleheads up under them who move in a way I can just tell. And honestly, y'all, it's one, like I said, it's one of the reasons I'm here. I don't prove I'm something different. I don't have to be connected on what is being connected on the internet when it can't even give you no power on the internet. It's all these people on there. I'm so connected. I know all these people. I'm with all these big time YouTubers, but all of them can't get together and get 5,000 or nothing. So what would them numbers mean to me? What's your story everybody wants to hear? Just find that. That's saying that about somebody ain't wrong. And if, like I said, and if you are somebody who just want to be out there arguing, getting into it, roasting those, and that's cool too. They got a sector for that too. But get up in that sector, get up in that life. Don't be roasting and ghosting on people. Then as soon as somebody get a little hot, oh, wait a minute. We didn't say you could say that about, no, Booney. This how people roll. This how people roll. But I'm tired of hearing people got to give us their doggone police reports. They got to give us their hospital reports. They got to give us the obituary to the last funeral they went to of a loved one. They got to give us their status on what the hell? I'm like, that is definitely not what we should be doing. And I think, and that's what's wrong with people. Stop putting a name to who is wrong when who is right. When just say it's wrong. Right is right and wrong is wrong. I don't gotta tell you, man, it's wrong if you do this to Emma Lou, but I'm just letting you know if you do it to Emma Lou, it's wrong. No, if you do it, it's wrong. Meaning, if Emma Lou did it, it'd be wrong. Even though Emma Lou would never do nothing wrong. Disclaimer, I had to put that out there. But that's what you have to know. Hey, Tina, here, let me see if I make sure I'm not missing nobody. But that's what you have to know. When something's wrong, it's wrong. When it's right, it's right. So when I'm sitting up saying it, if I'm only saying it with people name attached, and I only want you to know it was wrong when it was done to them, and woe is them, and how are they doing? Well, they seem to be doing fine. So I'm gonna need you to move on too. They seem to be okay. I need you to move on and move around too. How many people? Hey, Mary Ann, welcome home. Welcome back, sis. Welcome back. Hey, Martina, how was Friday? How was work? Friday is always my favorite day of work. The next day you're off, and usually it's the day you get paid. Unless you want to sing the song, and then I get paid on Thursdays, Wednesdays, every day but Friday. But yeah. How are you guys doing? I keep coming in and out the camera because, as you see, I'll keep it on as long as it's fine. But my eye decided it was acting a fool. So it was acting a fool with the sunglasses on. It's acting a fool without them. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But after that Kanika thing, I swear every time you have on sunglasses, all I think about is watching people in the view of the sunglasses. Before that, before I read them sunglasses, I kid you not, I wasn't looking in people's sunglasses like that to see what was in the back. Afterwards, now you don't have on sunglasses. I'm not looking at the backdrop. Say, what's that in the background? Same stuff I was looking at, but I still want to see it in a sunglasses. Somebody give me a closer view of what's in the sunglasses. But yeah, my eye was doing fine. I've had a perfectly fine day. A perfectly fine day. I was on here about 5 minutes and just started acting up. Right now it's good, so I'm not gonna complain. Hmm. Oh, every time we talk about it, I say how that's one of the good blessings that came out of everything that's going on right now with the pandemic and everything in the last couple of years is that working from home. Oh, that is a good thing. It does help. And sometimes it's a bad thing because when you're used to like going to work, seeing your coworkers, having your lunch, having your routine, having that moment on a drive home by yourself, whatever that, you miss that too. So I guess it's a double-edged sword. But yeah, guys. So like I said, and even when I'm on here, like I said, I'm nobody's judge or jury. I'm not trying to control nobody. But you need to be smart enough that whether you're on YouTube, whether it's what you watch, whether it's the music you put into your ears, whether it's the people that you're around, you need to evaluate that whole situation and make sure it's something that empowers you. What can you get out of it? Not how you could change anybody in any of those situations, but how can I grow from that? How can I change from that? So don't think that just because I'm breaking down some YouTube stuff that my whole life is measured from this. No, the things that happen on YouTube measure what happens all over the world. You see all the crazy stuff that goes on in the world and people coming around and these mass shootings and all this other stuff. Look at the people on here. And they'll say, but I ain't never did that to nobody. It's a domino effect, baby. When we start from the top of something, when you get all trigger all the way down to the bottom, you'll realize these people who honestly, the truth is, they never thought that this little thing they was doing would be a part of the food chains and some of the worst things that go on. And I promise you that. I promise you that. Hey, crazy cat mama. That's my problem. I'm always trying to read that dog on the screen. How are you? How are you? Yeah, like I said, I was telling everybody I spent yesterday the day at the pier, and it was good to be with the water. It was good to listen to the birds. It was good with them seagulls. It was good to listen to them. It was good to let the water remind me of the flow, like just it's flow. I don't know how to explain when I'm amongst the water. I don't know, like the power of it. These big bodies of water, and you look out, and they go further than my eyes can see. And it's something in it, guys. It's something that centers me to think about this bigger than this petty, the petty stuff we're fighting about and we arguing about, but we're really screaming and crying for help or screaming and crying for something more. Then let's do it. What's wrong with that? What, I'm fair time for that? You know what I'm saying? I'm Gandhi for that. No. I'm just a tired, fed up American who just seen it done wrong, seen all this stuff, and said, I'm going to be a product of something better. I'm going to be something better. That's it. That's it. I'm only responsible for me. That's it. And my better might not even be good enough to some. But as long as I knew I was fighting to do better and better every day, that's all I can do. That is all I can do. Shoot, I tell y'all that. Anybody think I'm shooting for perfection? I'm sorry. That's just what you want to say. Because it doesn't sound good when you're dissing me to somebody. Because it won't sound good when you go tell somebody, man, I can't stand Danielle because she said some messed up things happened in her life and she did some messed up things because of that. And she finally decided to grow, to have self-love, to have so much love inside of her that it was overflowing to give it to somebody else so they could find that peace in them. When you wouldn't tell somebody that would make them sound bad, who would say, oh, that heifer ain't shit? Man, stay away from Danielle. I'm telling you, Danielle is out to take y'all down. I'm coming to steal your sub. Steal your sub. How can I tell you I'm trying to love and grow, and you think that anything that came with me would be attached with scamming, lying, stealing? Then you wouldn't believe there's no growth anywhere in me. That ain't how I'm moving. That ain't how I'm moving. I'm moving in a way different. I'm telling you, I done danced with the devil, led with the devil. And I'm tired. I don't know about y'all. Guess when y'all go to sleep at night, it's everything turned to the YouTube that's on your brain. When you wake up and think about what you got to do and what you want to do and who you want to make proud, you say, oh, I better make YouTube proud. No, I don't. Hey, Maria. Hey, sis. I don't. Hey, Trick Mama. Hey, sis. Look at me, y'all trying to read now. My eye just stopped crossing not 10 minutes ago. Here I go. When I tell you, I told you, come out them bushes. I always come in and say hello. Nothing but respect. It's nothing but love. Like I said, when I think of, being a woman and being embarrassed because you might have this, you might have, like I said, anything going on. You can have a double chin. You can have what was her name on Basketball Wives? Jackie Christie. Remember her neck, how her neck was? And then she had the neck surgery because she had the extra meat on her neck. So it seemed like her neck would have been longer. But instead of longer, it was kind of messed up. But everybody has something. Everybody has something. As long as you stand in who and what you are, who cares what people think? You're not going to never, ever please all the people. You can be beautiful. It's going to be somebody who's like, to them, you're not beautiful. Everybody in the world will be like, oh, she's so beautiful. Oh, my gosh, she's so beautiful. People do it with Beyonce. It be people, oh, she's so beautiful. Oh, my gosh, she's so beautiful. Oh, my God, B. Oh, B is so beautiful. It's like somebody, she okay. Such and such look better. I had a cousin look better than Beyonce, but the difference was she wasn't famous. You'd be like, girl, But right now, won't you just accept they talk about B? Let a woman have, you know what I'm saying? Let her have a moment. Damn. Damn. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder to me. And that's what's beautiful. That's what'll have you beautiful forever. And like I said, once again, because it's the eye of the beholder. But I had to learn to find the beauty within me. So that every time I saw myself before, I could see the things I didn't like about myself. The only things that would capture my eyes are the things I love about myself. The parts of me that are just natural. I don't touch them and they're just what they are that I just love about myself. That's all I see. I say, oh, girl, did you see your eyebrows, girl? Did you see them, girl? Did you see them, girl? Because you never arched them, girl. No, you never plucked them, girl. Yes, I love them. The only thing I've ever done is put mascara on them because I thought if they looked darker, then people would notice even more that they had their own form of art. Girl, don't get me started. You better find what's the beauty in you. You waiting for the world to to confirm your beauty. You waiting because the same world that'll tell you how beautiful you are, get mad at you, and then turn all the stuff they were saying was good about you to the things they didn't like about you. You know, them same people, oh, I love your smile. Then one day get mad at you and be like, I hate your smile because your teeth are crooked. Then why were you wasting all these days to tell me you love my smile? Was it so that one day you could throw that at me and let me know how it was really a lie? Should that say something about me or you? Because it says more about you. I'm not in the business of that. Like I said, when somebody so mad at me that they all, girl, I can't stand how you look, I can't stand how you breathe, I hate your kids, I hate your life, I hate the people who made you. I hate that. I think, well, you know what? I see there's nothing I'm gonna do that's gonna get good. So we gotta get past this middleman. What you wanna fight it out? So then you can hate that I beat your ass. You know, that's what I'll be thinking, because I'm gonna be thinking, where else we gonna go? Where do we go from here? You know, am I just supposed to keep sitting around till you finally decide to love yourself enough to leave me alone? That's what you tell yourself. The next time you think about somebody who won't leave you alone, say, damn, I can't wait till they can love themselves so they can leave me the F alone. And then start loving yourself enough to not be stupid to things that ain't going to get you nowhere. Just, they ain't getting you nowhere. But if it's getting you somewhere and it's getting you something you want, keep riding it. Keep riding it. But don't knock nobody when they say, like, hey, you don't want any peace. Because you ain't trying for nothing. And once again, I'm not just talking YouTube. I'm talking life. In life, if you sitting somewhere, it could be at your company. If you sitting at your company and thinking, I can't stand Sarah. I can't stand Sarah. And all Sarah does is get over off of everybody else's work and everybody loves her, but they just don't know. And I can't wait. I can't wait. If you keep trying to do stuff to get Sarah caught, what people going to think is you're just trying to take Sarah down. Baby, don't worry. Sarah take her own self down. You know what I mean? Because it's going to come a day when nobody's there to lean on their work. It's going to come a day when they're going to say, you know what, Sarah, we love you so much. We want to get you a promotion and we want you doing something. It ain't going to be nothing Sarah can do because Sarah was never doing the job. And even if it lasts for a little while, it seems like forever she's getting away with it to you. The reason it seems like forever is because you're actually sitting there waiting for somebody to hurt like you hurt. Because they hurt you. And that shit will have you never hurt by that person. Because they've realized they all the way up under your skin. If every time you talk to me about the same old thing I did, all I know is, damn, I really got up under your skin with that. And the more time that goes on and you stay bothered, all I think is, damn, I am living like scabies in your skin. Why? It's not even that important to me. You ever went to somebody who done had you messed up for years about something, and you bring it up to them and they kind of be like this? We didn't have it. You not say that. For real? Man, I hate you felt that way because I don't even remember it. So you've been sitting up for years holding this animosity. This is what they did. This, and they don't even remember the day. They don't. Now, some people are pretending with you again because they want to stay further under your skin by telling you they don't remember. But some people honestly don't remember. They just don't remember because they never cared. When people don't care, they can do anything to you and not care. We talking about it's some things that The only reason I care about them now is because I care about the circle of life. You know what I mean? And that it comes back to you. It may not be, now that got blessed, it wasn't your kids, it might be your grandkid. You know what I'm saying? But when I used to do things and things happened to people, I didn't care. I wasn't one of them people that, oh my God, who I was calling my real enemies back then. One of my real enemies had died. I wasn't one of them people like, oh my God, that's not even what I wished for them. I didn't give a damn. And when people try to come tell me, I say, wait, what you waiting for, a pity party? Then you need to call their family. Because I don't know why you even coming over here telling me about it. I don't care. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to know what date of service is. I don't give a damn. It could have came on the news. I'm going to turn the channel. Because that's how much I don't care. See, you got to have a non-caring spirit like that where it's like, oh, wait, if I really don't care, I don't care. I don't care. Now, if somebody innocent in your family happened, I might have said some shit like, if they didn't have that trifling person in their family, that might not happen to them. I might have said that, but I still didn't care. I just didn't care because I don't have any energy to care when I don't care. And when I do care, I care more that somebody would think that I'm going to play with their time, so they decide to play with mine. That I was going to play with their feelings or emotions, so they decide to play with mine. I'm not that person. I'm not that person. I'm not kissing nobody butt. I don't want nobody kissing my butt. I'm not sweating nobody. I don't want nobody sweating me. I'm definitely not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing none of that. But then again, I'm not asking for none of that. So, like I said, I'm not going to give nobody nothing I'm not willing to. Don't ever come and ask me to do something that you ain't even doing. Because I'm going to bust you out right there and tell you right in your face. Wait, so you want me to start talking about people and you talk about everybody? You don't get the fuck out of my face. If you don't move from around me, because now I'm a fool because you want to be one. Oh, no, you got me messed up. Me and you ain't doing it for the same reason. Because you seen it. You seen it. I came on here and talk about somebody for some clicks and views. If that's the only way I know how to get clicks and views, what do I do when I have nobody to talk about? I know what you do. You come on and everybody who clicked on, click right off. Because they don't give a damn about it. They don't even know no other side of you. Let's see, just on not my channel. I don't pay their StreamYard. Nobody pays mine. I ain't never paid my StreamYard. Ain't nobody ever bought me the computer that I use. Ain't nobody bought me a mic. Ain't nothing. So I'm not coming to say, oh no, hold on. So they not controlling me neither. I'm not controlling. If I came on here and I didn't make one friend, I don't need none. You get what I'm saying? And if I did, what a blessing. So I count the good, but I didn't come on looking for none of that. I didn't think whose back could I ride on. Like I said, I watched some of these stories from the very beginning, so I could narrate them all the way through and with facts. Not fiction. Not something I made up or somebody came and heard. I seen it with my own two eyes. I was up at 2 when the notifications came on watching it. I watched them 6, 7 times, some more. And even somebody said, well, I wouldn't do all that. That's good because you're not me and I'm not you. But some people want to tell me about people and then be like, I don't even have a clue who they are. I didn't know they did that. I didn't know that such and such got dragged by Nosy. I didn't know that she had went to jail before for the same shit. Oh, I didn't know that once they was friends, then they was enemies. And they went on full campaign shitting on each other. And people say that, but how you making opinions if you don't know all that? At least my opinion is valid. I knew all that and I still chose to stay out the shit. Sounds like I'm actually being a better person. But half the stuff, you can't bring up none of this old stuff and I'll be like, oh, I ain't never heard that. I ain't never seen that. Now, what it is some people I'll be like, I just put 2 and 2 together. That's that person. I've been hearing that name forever and I didn't know, but now I see it. Like I said, I remember when Real was on and several different people who still in these communities literally called him the N-word. Not as an assumption. Not as made up. We don't. Then I'm hearing all these people lately saying racism don't matter till somebody up in your face calling you all kind of racial slurs and it's gonna matter. Then it's going, oh my God, it's the biggest thing in the world. Then don't let it matter to you. Boom. But let's just stop sugarcoating shit. Let's don't say racism don't matter. Because it does. When black men are jogging down the street and being killed, when they're stopped by the police and their traffic starts being shot 60 times, it does fucking matter. And it will always fucking matter. When black women are abducted and never seen, it will always matter. Don't you dare say that. What you can say is, I don't care. He said it, and I don't have a problem with him. And I could stand in that shit. Because like I told you, I got buddies that are my friends who did 30 years for some double bodies, some murders. And I still love my dare you to dog. I dare you to talk about them. I still love them and I stand by. Doesn't mean I agree with what they did. Doesn't mean I didn't. I'm just telling you. So what I'm saying is I'd rather people say, hey, he's my buddy and I could care less. I don't care if it was a girl. She's my buddy and I could care less. I can respect that shit. I can't respect people. Oh, you know what? Somebody called me in the end and I didn't care. Maybe they were just having a bad day. Hey, you know what? Sometimes I yell out racial slurs. I guess I'm a racist too. So I guess it's okay that we both be racist. So then a pedophile can come on here and tell us I mess with babies and some other people who do it. It's okay. Or I mess with teenagers and you mess with kids. So I'm better than you. No, you can't. Stop doing that. Stop. We got to stop that. That goes on here too much. Like I said, run over here and say, hey, I don't care if my buddy did it. Stop talking about it. End the story. That's it. That's it. I always say that about people here. Hey, I'm not saying they was the same. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I don't get that side of them, so I'm not going to jump in. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say. Shit, when I was the area as moderator, at one point, she was one of the worst hated. That whole thing was out the CP room, and she was most hated. Never turned, never acted funny, period, was always there. I don't know how to move. I'm real. I'm really about this here, like real life, not about that now. She must be saying gangster, that's more black shit. She must be saying, no, I'm saying about, I'm real life. So no matter what race you are, if you're real, you gonna feel me. No matter what gender you are, like I told y'all, when I go look at my analytics, 48% of my audience is men. You know what that means? Huh? Anybody? It means 52 is women. So in that, we have to split down the middle. And who knows? It could be 48 is women, and the others are just non-binary. I don't know, because they ain't put that button on there for you to get that breakdown with it yet. They didn't. So, let me see what y'all saying. Let me see what y'all saying now. I've been gone. I told y'all I've been to the water now. Like I done went to the ocean. But the only place where well, of course, there's different places outside the country. But like inside our country, the only place that I want to be next to the water where to make me the happiest at all times is San Diego. Well, yeah, I like that art picture on your thing. Well, one thing about if you've ever been bullied or if you ever were a bully back in the day, like you're almost stunned in that person. So, like, you ever meet somebody who was bullied real bad, but they grow up and they become this, ugly duckling turned to a swan. But to me, they were never ugly duckling. They were just always beautiful. They just grew into their features, grew into their person, whatever. But anyway, when you see those people, they can't mentally come out of that time when their innocence was taken, when they were a joke, when they cried themselves to sleep, when they were hurt, when they walked with their head down, when they stayed in the bathroom until the classes, everybody got in their classes, so they didn't have to walk amongst all of these vultures. You know what vultures do? They fly around over you, waiting for you to die, sensing your weakness. Who the fuck want to be a vulture? You want to be a vulture? I'd rather be an eagle. I don't want to be a vulture. I don't want to be And don't get me wrong, because when we think about the food chain, I definitely want to be a lioness. You know what I'm saying? So I'm up here on the chain. So I don't think I'm trying to get to the bottom. What I'm saying is, it's like, so people who bully, they were like the coolest in school. You know, some of them in high school, they was the biggest bullies. You see them now, these dudes is washed up. These chicks are washed up. I mean, they are washed up. They are so washed up. But as soon as they get amongst anybody weak, they feel confident. So here come tough Tony again. He a loser now, but now he got it because he feels that power, because he's stunning at this place where he was somebody. You know, he was somebody back in high school when he was talking about, messing with the ones he was calling nerds and geeks and stuff. He's somebody then. He was somebody. That's why I'm glad that some of these younger generations, that the so-called coolest person in their school does something for the so-called nobody at the school, because it shifts the power. It shifts the pecking order. And sometimes you got to shift it up around here and say, hey, all y'all tough, right? Then y'all should understand this gangster shit we about to get up into. You know what I'm saying? All y'all about it. So let's get about it real quick. You know what I'm saying? It should be easy. You know what I'm saying? It should be easy to know how to move. I know how to move everywhere I go. I know how to move. And that's how we should be able to move. But like I said, some of these places you got to move. You scared. I don't know. I don't go over to that sector because I heard if you go over there, they gonna take your information. Damn, does Google? Fuck, what you two talking? Does Google know this? We gonna have to get up to the bread and butter of this and like let them know, like, hey y'all, we could shift crime down in the world by 3%. It may not sound like a lot, but trust me, 3% less crime is a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It is a lot. See what my sister say. Damn. I was raised in hate but built with love. So it overtook. They say the only thing that can take out hate is love, right? It took it right out of me. Because, see, I could have been somebody who decided I was going to take out everybody on my list of people that did me wrong, who took advantage, who took my innocence, who used my name wrong, who disrespected the people that hurt my father, the people that hurt my mother. I could have had that list. I could have had that vengeance is mine, said the Danny. You know what I'm saying? I could have had it. And don't worry, I was well on my way to make it. I told y'all this girl one day, this time she was happy my nephew died. Hey, when her mama died, I purposely made a trip to her crib. We gotta donate flowers, honey. You get what I'm saying? Like, because this, when you don't care, you don't care. You don't feel. And there's some people walking through here, and that's why I say it's a danger. Because they really bullying, because there's some people here who don't feel. But they're not going after the people that don't feel with them. They're going after the people that do feel. They're going after the people that do care. They're going after the people that don't want to fight. They're going after the people that ain't putting up a fuss. Why are you chasing them? And there's people over here like, hey guys, I'm ready, please. Tag me in, come on. And they, I'm going to come back to you later. Or they come back with the, guys, this is too much. I really just want to come on here and be like, we want to come on here and be a hot mess. You want to come on here and get it, and kick it off. You know what I mean? That's what you want to do. That's what I thought, because that's what I was getting out of it. That's what I was getting out of it, Sean. Hey, Jill's Comfort Zone. How you doing, sis? How you doing? Jill is another creator. Susan or Emma, would you drop her link in the chat? Yeah, guys, like I said, but you have to come on here and know that you got to do what you do, and you have to stand in it. So look, on here, just like in schools, people always going to pick on you. Oh, you got on some cheap shoes. Oh, your mama must not be able to afford because we got this. And that's how they make fun of you. On here, people will make fun of you and say stuff like, man, I was looking at their chat. They had like one person in the chat. Well, at least somebody came. Or they'll say, man, they never have nobody in the chat. Well, you know what? I really applaud and I salute anybody who can come on here and keep going, even when there's nobody there. Because you know what that tells me? You got determination. You got drive. You got a boss up in you. You got a winning spirit up in you. Because you know what a loser do the first time the crowd is gone? They're in alive. I've seen creators do it. It ain't enough people in there. It's like they don't even know what to do. Let me get on out of here. I see ain't nobody really caring about me. Damn, is that what you think? What if they was busy? What if they didn't get the notification? What if you forgot to send a notification and you just came on? What if it's the wee hours in the morning and they sleep? What if most of your fans on a different time zone and they're in a different time zone? You up and they, you know what I'm saying? You never know. You never know. What if there was somebody waiting for you to come on because they wanted to hear what you had to say? But since you ain't got the whole hoo ha boot bop, but sometimes you gotta build an army. You could be the shit and have a bunch of people all in your, as subscribers and everything else. But the truth of the matter is most of them aren't even there. They saw something they liked about you, but they ain't seen nothing since. They don't come back. They came because they favorite YouTuber was talking about you. They seen you on their channel a couple times. They said, okay, I'm gonna see if she just like my girl. Wait a minute, she ain't just like my girl. They just girls, because that she ain't nothing like my girl. It's a game. It's not easy. It's not easy. Because you jumping in a lion's den. But the worst part about this lion's den is that the lions that are going to come after you are supposed to be in your tribe called other content creators that you work with. And sometimes it's going to get even worse because in that tribe, they're going to be the same race as you too. So you might be Caucasian, it's going to be all your sisters. You might be black, it's going to be all your sisters and brothers. So you better learn to fight. Just fight for your space. Fight where it's like, hey, y'all, give me feet. I don't want to fight you mofos every day. But I want to fight that nobody is able to come on here. I'm talking about one of my other content creator brothers and sisters and make a bed that one day we all looking up here and we all have to be under that umbrella because your ass done came on here and acted a fool. Because you came on here and acted like you didn't know how to act. Now we all got to be treated like we 5 years old. That's what I don't want. That's what I'm getting tired of. I'm getting tired of all these creators. They got subscribers treating everybody like them. And then don't let they be scared to see people. Like, what are we in gangs, Joe? Like, man, he says that's such and such. You know what she did? Other than ruin your experience on YouTube? Because that's the main thing they did, is ruined how you're experiencing YouTube. No, I'm here to not only make a safe place, let you know that I'm never going to say none of that shit is right. And I'm always going to say that the greatest thing about here is you have a free choice to go wherever you want and see whatever you want. Because whatever you want is on here. And like I said before, and I'll state again, there's such a thing called the dark web, and it gets even darker. So if you don't believe that people out here that will make you do it to you in your life, it's stuff on the dark web that'll show you so. But I think most of us don't need to see it to know. The web got the trenches in it. And one of the biggest trenches on it, so I'm sick of hearing people say, is racism of many kinds. Of many kinds. And so every time somebody pretends like that's not so, it makes me want to puke. It makes me want to puke. But then when they finding a young man hanging from a tree, but then every time a Hispanic has to just about wear their green card like a name-plated necklace. And some are going to say, I don't have a green card because I was born here. Racism is real. It is more than just black and white. Ask indigenous people. Ask my brothers and sisters of that. Is it real? Is it still just going on? Like I said, but we got people over in this sector saying it's not real. It's 2022. We should all be over it. You open something when it's done. You open something when it don't exist. And I heard somebody say that the Caucasians made up the Nigger word. Oh, it's a color. Like, it's a color. And then they said, and then we took and put an A to give it a little swang, dang. You can swang it, dang it, and bang it. And I don't care if everybody's saying it is cool. And like I told you, I've been working to get that my vocabulary, and I'd be a liar to tell you I haven't used it or anything else. And I've used it in every way you can use it. I've used it talking about white people. I've used it talking about women. Men. I've used it. I've used it talking in terms of endearment. I've used it as a joke. I've used it as I've used it in a many ways, but it will never, ever, ever not be racist when a especially white man uses it to break down a black person. You could tell me it just slipped off his tongue. And I don't care who the white man is. I don't want to hear a white woman say it neither. But there's something in this white man's world about them when they do it. So I can see why people are gonna be like, "Oh, I'm offended now." Like I told you, am I jumping off the roof every time I hear it? No, because you be jumping all day. I mean, it's everywhere. The kids getting on TikTok to say it. When will it not be okay? When people reacting to it? When everybody coming out, and I don't care if it's your shorty who said it or you say it, and we just getting into some more shit. That's what y'all want in the world? This is what people prefer. This is what we want? No, I don't. So if I tell you it's okay, then I gotta say it's okay with 18 more y'all come up and start doing it. No, and I'm not going to. But I can say it's wrong and move on. I'm so sad. I'm like, damn, this dude is just a cover to everything over here. This sector needs a new villain. X that, not villain. They need a fucking hero. Where is the Captain Save over here? Because it seems like the villain and the hero the same mofo. They'll bring your clout. They'll take your clout. They'll be the best friend you ever had and the worst enemy. And your biggest enemy ever. I say, damn. He not even on here cheerleading for himself the way people cheerlead. And half of the pom pom team was once part of at the range. And I was that one out, but I'm just saying half of the pom pom team. And it's new players who will say, I didn't know none of that. Well, honey, it's just like if you go vote, I hope you know what you're voting for. Don't just go vote because somebody else told you they was doing it. And then somebody gave you a nice, showed you a commercial, and that commercial was good now. Know what you stand for. And then that way, when you make your decision, you could be like, hey, I stand in what I made. I stand on any decision I made. I'm not knocking it. I'm not, like I said, I had people call, oh, watch out for Terry. Like I said, let me tell you something. I'm a very good judgment of characters. I'm such a good judgment of character that I could tell you some things about people and you'd probably tell me, no, it's not. Then later you'd come back and say, Danny, you was one of the first people to say it because I pick it up in the very beginning. I don't hold you on anything. I just pick it up and see where it goes. I'm a very good judge of character. Yeah. And that's why sometimes in the beginning I'm thinking, I don't care for you. I know. You know what I mean? Then I might later say, oh, I get who you are. That's how I felt about Steve. That's how I felt about a few people. At first I was like, I'm not with you. Something seems shady. Something don't seem right. And then as I watch, I say, oh, no, I see what you did. You twisted the game, and at least you had your own mat. Everybody else twisting the game, they sharing the mat. And they sharing the same formula. And the fucked up things, they be sharing a formula that don't even work for one of them, but they all sharing the same formula. That's why you'll see some creators, they just, every day they going up 1,000 subscribers and their whole crew ain't went up 1,000 together in a year. You say, how your whole crew can't catch 1,000? They rock with you. Because when people love you, they rock with whoever you y'all treat y'all good and I love on y'all. If I tell y'all, hey, there's somebody coming out, we under the same umbrella, you know what you think? Wow, it might be another good one. And that itself, it'll generate business. You know what I mean? If I made icy cups, you know what I'm saying, Italian ice, and I was good, and I open up another foundation, you tell people, that's Danny's Italian ice place. It's just got a different name. People gonna go. They're going to say, oh my God, you got great Italian ice. But people don't hear. They have 800,000 subscribers. And they'll have this crew that's always with them, everything else. Together, that crew don't got 800 subscribers. You like, because that crew is made up not of people I want to see come up. These are my flunkies. I need them to ruff, ruff, ruff. It's like DMX and all his dogs back in the day. But I'm talking about DMX not when he was with his dogs and they was living healthy. I'm talking about when DMX was standing in an abandoned crib and the dogs wasn't eating. And they was, I'm talking about them your dogs. Like, this is where we going to be together. In an abandoned building. And I ain't saying that as a joke. I'm keeping it a buck with you. You better. And he loved dogs. Look, I don't take that from him. He loved dogs. He loved them. But he didn't love him enough to take care of him. So how the hell is he going to take care of anything else? How my boss, how my leader, how my chief. My chief gonna be the druggie on the corner, can't stand up, robbing people for 50 cents because he ain't got a that ain't my chief. My chief ain't gonna have me and a bunch of different people from different races in there, and every once in a while he say stuff that might offend my race, your race, but he chief. No, that ain't chief. That ain't chief. A million gallons of water. Oh, wait. No, Emma Lou. Let me say something. That's one thing I want to say about a lot of people over here is even, and y'all know one. I have the utmost respect for any content creator that comes over here. I really do. I really do. I also understand when some don't come in because, in this world, especially when you become a content creator, the bigger you get, you come into a chat and it's almost like a celebrity walked in the room because to people you are something. To have you showing yourself down where everybody else is, it shows. To me, it shows that we all are human. And I understand the thing, and I'm gonna be subscribed to people, but on here you get big, and supposedly you watching nobody, but you seem to know everything that's going on. Here come that crew of flunkies. So I always appreciate every last content creator that comes in, but when it comes to subscribers, what I say is everyone that comes in here is just in here on the best of them. That's all I say. Because you say anything else, it's gonna be something. Now remember that day it was in that chat. It was 2020, March 16th. It was 4:15 p.m. exactly. It was probably 100 comments in when you'd be like, dang, you was counting the comments. Yeah, she spoke right before Emma Lou, right after Bossy. And it was probably Emma Lou's 16th comment when she said it. You'd be like, who? I don't have this much time, y'all. I don't have this much time in life. And trust me, I told y'all, even in my worst, I wanted to be a lawyer once upon a time. So even when I went back to school and everything else, that's definitely what I was about. So I'm definitely about breaking it down. I'm definitely about research. If you're going to speak on something, you better research it. So when somebody comes to question, you can have an answer. Or when somebody comes, you'll have good questions to ask because you're not asking stuff that, what people sitting around like, ask them about when he whoop, 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 whoop. And you would never think to ask it because you don't even know he whoop, doobly whooped. And then people going to tell you afterwards, you didn't know he whoop, doobly doop, and he scoop, boobly bop, and he flip, doop, boop, beep. You say, oh, shoot, I didn't have a clue he was doing all that. Well, you know what? That's like me having a man all inside of me and then later telling you I didn't really know who he was. Well, Well, sometimes it happens. I guess that's what you'll say to yourself, I guess. But no, when I get to vouching for people, when I get to standing up, beating my chest for people, when I'm jumping in the room, I better have some answer like, hey, I'm rocking with them because I just rock with them. I'm not in their bullshit. They don't bring bullshit to me. That's not the relationship we have. It's that simple. But I'm rocking with him enough that I'd never be sitting nowhere with him letting him be attacked. Like it's just that simple. And by not letting him be attacked, I just let it be known I'm there. I don't know. I might throw a joke in. I might do whatever it is. That's just what I'm gonna do. You know? That's it. That's it. Oh, y'all all getting rain. Now the weather actually got hotter. I went out earlier and then I came back in and I came back in and when I went out to take me right before I went live, it had got much warmer outside. I was like, oh, it's even hotter than it was earlier. Who talks too much? Wait, who talks too much, Emily? Look at me. Y'all know I always come in the end of the conversation like, what y'all talking about? What she say, girl? What she say, girl? Wait, who said Emily talk too much? Wait, who said that, Emily? Because you know I didn't say it, because Lord knows I will talk, and then talk, and then talk some more. So I wouldn't be surprised if I talked in my sleep. Wait, I just got caught in the rain. Oh, gosh. That's the one. The only time I can like when I really don't like being caught in the rain is when you get caught in the rain and you still have somewhere to go. Like you get caught in the rain, I still got to go to work because I'm telling y'all, man, it's a good chance I'm probably not. I told you, Danny doesn't do wet clothes. I do no wet shoes, wet socks. Oh hell to the no! Only way I'd be able to go to work is if I had to either get another uniform if I wore one, or if I could have another change of clothes. I would have to. I'm not working nowhere. I can make $850 an hour. Not working in no way. And I mean that. I'm not working. First of all, I have some issues sometimes with textures and touch, the way things feel. I don't like the way wet clothes feel on my skin. It's gonna throw my whole psyche. It's gonna really change how I, And that's why I even tell people if you go out of town with me, Justin, in a safety, it's not because I'm going to be a bad person. I'm still going to be a great person. But even sometimes with my anxieties and things like that, I probably have my own place. So if I woke up and I was in there, I just knew how to shake it. I knew how to, because sometimes you have to be in silence. Because it could be a bunch going on. Somebody could be arguing, it could be loud, and it's going to make it a little more. So it's like, I just need to meditate. I just need to. Someone's going to get Buddha. I just need to. So when I think of wet clothes, I'm like, oh no, it's not enough money I could make to stay in the wet clothes. I mean, I could even tell my child, hey, I don't know what we're gonna do if I'm gonna go, because if it's still raining, I know I can't come back, but I gotta get out these wet clothes. I can't work in them. I can't walk around in them. My socks can't gush water into my feet, touching my feet. Oh no, 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 no. But see, you have to know who you are. You have to. You have to know the quirks you have to know. You have to know because you first have to know that the comfortability that everyone else is going to get off of you is going to come from how you feel about you. So I can tell you all my quirks and all of my phobias, and I can tell you all of my D's I have, OCD. I can tell you all of those. I could tell you about my past failures. I can tell you about these things. I can tell you about my wrongs. I can tell you about all that. And I can stand confidently in without each piece of everything I just named to you. I couldn't be who I am today. So for that, there's nothing you can say about me or what's happened to me that I'm going to feel is my downfall because it all led me here. So for me, it's like, I don't mind telling you my phobias. I don't mind telling you my fears. I don't mind telling you my failures. I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind because see, there's a little girl somewhere. There's a grown woman somewhere. There's a older person somewhere who is saying, this is how I felt, and I felt I was wrong, or I felt like if I did this, I was being selfish to somebody else. Well, you're being selfish to yourself if you're not giving so much love to you and knowing that the wrong, the rights, everything is to make up you. It's part of the kingdom. There is no king or queen who doesn't have stories or tragedies. Even all these people you look up to, all the greatest things. I love the Kennedys, and look at them. Don't get me started. I mean, come on. It's always going to be something going on. And for you to believe it's not, is just to believe that, once again, perfection exists. And I don't live there. I don't live there. I'm sorry. I don't. I actually like to, know that, who is this? Hold on. One thing I can't, when I get a text and there's no number, but they're talking to me like they know me, I always figure they must know me. But I must know, who is this? Before I continue to talk, who is this? Who am I speaking with? But yeah, I had to, Mm, mm. Yes, it's just like I said. So I had to get that confidence, and I just think about all the young ladies, and no putting no color to it, but all the young ladies, and I know with my race, some of the things that we go through in growing up and not feeling good about yourself, and already within your own race, you have to be brown paper bag approved, or then when I think in this world, so then on top of that, you made it out of there. You might not have had no problems with that. You might have made it where your skin was enough where you didn't have to hear the problems of the darker skinned person, or your hair was straight enough that you didn't have to hear the part of the people with more coarse hair. Whatever might have been your thing. But then I gotta come out here in the world and fight amongst what weight is supposed to be my weight, what look is supposed to be my look, which way should I wear my hair that's okay and acceptable by not only the world, my men, the people around. And then we say, I don't even know who these women are no more. Women so fake. They got fake eyelashes. They got fake this. They got fake that. Because don't you see the reason so many women have so much fake stuff is because they never felt good enough. What they had was never enough. Talk about a place they ain't made a table for you yet. Oop. I have no idea who that is and why do you have my number. I have no idea. But yeah. Yep. But I think about those girls, and I think about how those insecurities become women with these insecurities. And some of them think they've shook the insecurity because they're beautiful now, and they carry name brand stuff. And you know what I mean? They stay in the baddest shoes, jumping at the baddest whips, and they on the arm of every man like an arm candy. But that insecure little girl is still there. So she walks around and she belittles other women. She degrades other women and talks about the women who were poor, but just a few months ago, a few years ago, you were broker than she was. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. So I'm here rooting for them. I'm here telling them, look in the mirror, young lady. Look in the mirror and know that the little girl, the face you're running from now, will be the face where you'll see how beautiful it is. That same face that people are saying doesn't look right to them, will be the same face they telling you is how beautiful it is. I promise you. But the first person who has to see it is you. You have to know it. You have to believe it. You have to want. You got to see it. You claim it is yours. You know it is so. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you. And what you'll learn is if you're not insecure, you don't have to worry about meeting men who don't know what you want, because they'll see that not only do they know what you want, that you deserve it all. But if you walk around here thinking that you're not something and you'll never be, and that you only can make yourself something that everybody else wants, you'll never be happy. You'll never be happy. And I'd love to see a lot more happy women out here. So I'm begging little girls to find some real self-love, get out these toxic relationships, everything, and just And no, it's okay to be alone, because if you can't be alone, then you're not ready to be with someone. So you have to understand that alone and lonely are two different things. They are really two different things. I don't play with my with the youth, y'all. Now I gotta make sure they know it's okay. I gotta make sure they know it's okay. I gotta make sure that they know that if they change anything on their person, that they did it because it's what they wanted. That they did it because they looked into it and they decided that this is what they wanted to do to themselves. That's it. That's it. But give it some time, because the same thing you don't like today will be the thing you wish you had it. You know how many young girls, I know I did it, who when I was at this age, I thought I was so fat. But then when I got to another age, I wished I was that size, because I never felt good enough to myself. So I couldn't even see what it was. So love on you, little mama. Love on you, little mama. Yes, they do. They do. And when we want them to start receiving our love, it first starts with them loving themselves. Otherwise, they don't trust our love. So I'm starting. I'm starting for everybody. That's how you let it in. I'm rooting for you. And we live in such a place where most people say they're rooting for you, and they're really rooting for your downfall. You know. But I'm rooting. I'm rooting for your win. I'm rooting for your victory. I really am. I really am. I really am, y'all. I'm telling you. I'm telling y'all. I cannot believe it's Friday. These weeks are running. They're racing. They're racing. They're racing. Ugh. Just every week seems like it's just another week to push faster that this year is almost to an end. I'm like, oh my God, we are already about to go into the 8th month. Oh my goodness. And see, for me, once August ends, I'm like on the countdown for my birthday in November. Because I'm like, oh, wait a minute. We coming up on a holiday. And I should be coming up real soon on my birthday that fall on Thanksgiving. My sister always remembers it. I never can remember because I was born on Thanksgiving. So it's ever so often I get a birthday that falls on Thanksgiving. But I should be coming up on one because I haven't had one in a couple of years. It's soon. So not if not this year, maybe next. Ooh, ice cream, Junior. I mean, Emma Lou. Ooh, love ice cream. Y'all about to have dinner? I had some chicken and jalapeno tamales, fresh tamales. Ooh, yes, it gave me life. And I had some chicken nuggets earlier, so those are my two things I ate today. McDonald's had a thing said if you download the McDonald's app, you got 10 free chicken nuggets. I said, then it's the app will be downloaded. I used to think, I was one of those people who honestly live, but I don't really give a dang about the price of something. If this is what I want, I just get it and everything else. And sometimes when you actually taking time to look, what I realize is not being cheap. It's just honestly just thinking it through. So like I said, had I not even been thinking about a day, the last time I went to Navy Pier, I probably spent about $200 on the pier, just having fun, eating, drinking, having, you know what I'm saying, paying for the events. I mean, getting on the Ferris wheel alone is 28. It's like 28. They tell you it changed, so it's like 28.42. I'm like, who came up with this number? They say, oh, for children it's 19.99. Like that was a deal. And so you might as well just charge them 28.42. But but yeah, last time I went. But then yesterday I went, and outside of the drink, which was way overpriced, um, outside of getting the drink on there and just hanging out, I didn't. I mean, I spent what was I spent on my bus card. That was it. That was it. So it was a nice. I mean, it could have been a nice, completely other than your bus fare. Very cheap day of just relaxation. So, but you think about stuff like that. But I got the bread. I just whatever I think about, I want to do. Oh, you know what? I want to go do indoor skydiving. Then I get there and get scared and done paid, and I get all the way buckled up. I'm the type to get all the way buckled up and be like, you know what, I'm gonna give. You ain't gotta reimburse nothing. I'm just I'm just gonna go. They like, girl, you just blew $1 for no reason. Okay. Well, I ain't want to waste nobody's time, but I knew that this wasn't for me. Because you'll waste money. You ever bought food when you got money and you buy some food, take a bite out? This is disgusting. I don't even want it. Nah, an hour later, I'm hungry. Does this mean I'm buying more food? Mm-mm, mm-mm. So these days, like I said, I just, everything I do is like thought out though. Okay, you go every 3 days, you spend 40 and stuff. Even when I have fast food, what seemed like, oh, it seems like she eating that fast food. Oh, trust me, I've already decided what days it's going to be the fast food and what it's going to be. This is part of the budget. It really is. Some days I'm like, oh, Danny, you're getting so much older. I don't even want to say old. I'm going to say I'm getting wise. I'm aging like fine cognac. You know what I mean? I'm getting better, if anything else. If anything, that's what I tell myself. Because I have to grow. I shouldn't be the same person I was at 18. And then I shouldn't be the same person I was at 25 or 21, then 25. Then I shouldn't be the same person I was at 30. But one of the things I can promise you, it got better when I hit the 40s. The 30s was hard. Life got a lot of things. You know, you lost people, starting to lose people in your age bracket, like as a grown up. So when you thought you got out of it, when you got out the street ages and all that stuff. And yeah, the 30s were very hard. You know, the 30s were hard. The 30s were the years of my children being teenagers. The 30s were a lot. They were a lot. The 30s was that time when you're fighting yourself and you can't stand like where you are in life, because when you were picturing your life, you were picturing something better at this time. So, 30s felt like, oh my God, I just got to this such an old age. Not, just an older age, and I'm supposed to be somewhere better. So the 30s were just kind of crappy. It wasn't like 30 something, but I guess it was because there was a lot of drama on 30 something. I guess I was just too young to realize it. But the 40s, I'm only 42. I'll be 43 in November. The 40s have been like the best part of life so far. I look at things different. I give less than 0 F's for real. I'm more involved in my purpose and what my presence is than I am on what someone thinks about me. I'm just in a different space. I'm in my glow. And shorties want your glow. I'm in my glow. Your glow, somebody can't take from you. Get in your glow. Stand in your purpose. It feel good. It feel good. And don't, some of y'all, shorty, don't you wait till you 40. Don't you wait, because you might get up like some of these better bitches and not be able to shake it. You won't find the joy. You won't see it. I was almost one of them. I was almost one of them, telling y'all, ladies. I'm telling y'all. Sorry. So I keep cutting the camera off, but I'm actually gonna get ready to go out of here and rinse my eye. I'm gonna put some drops in. And I'm gonna let it sit. One of the things I've also noticed, see if you all can see it, and it'll probably have to be Monday or Tuesday, but I've also noticed like it just seems under here to be a little redder, like it's just sore. So that's where, when I had the infection in my eye, it was over on this side. But I just think that it's just a strain. So I'm gonna rest my eyes for today, and I'm gonna just give them some relaxation. So I'm gonna go ahead, put some steroids in my eye, then put a little antibiotic in my eye. One of the greatest things of having antibiotics, one of the greatest things in my eye doctor, I'm always keeping it, is I have the exact tools to take when something happens. So I always start there. So once that works, and I'm always like, okay, well, we know that's all he was going to do, was give you those, so it's like, let's see. So I'm going to go back on the antibiotics and see if that helps. But I think it was just a case, like I said, I was talking to Susan about this before. Everything affects it. So when my sinuses bother me, it puts more pressure on my eyes. So everything is a strain. Everything is annoying. So today it just really feels like it keeps crossing. And it just started it when I started this live. It hasn't done that all day today. Ugh, you know. But those are just attacks to make you give up, not see how far you came, but think about where you still are. But I've come a long way, so I'm definitely blessed. I'm definitely blessed, especially with this eye. Like I said, not being able to see, just the thoughts. Just the thoughts. I, I can only imagine how great it is in your 50s. I look at my mom in her 60s, and I just think of how free in her spirit and her energy and her love and her look at life. And I'm just like, man, I'm so glad to be back in a space in my mind where I can see the respect that I have for my elders. These queens who have made it and been, you said you're 50. I salute you, queens. I do, because this is a hard battle being a woman. They say it's easy. Everybody say they can do it. I can barely do it, and I'm one. I can barely make it. Society decided I wasn't because I wasn't sugar and spice and everything nice, and I didn't do this, and I wasn't going to do that. Because I watched a bunch do it, and I said, wait a minute, they still got treated like this, and you still got this. Well, hold on, then maybe I should just be me. Maybe I should just be me. And that's what I decided to be. And it took me a long time to do it, but I did it. And I've never, ever felt so empowered. I never so much understood the beauty in being a woman. The power, the respect it really showed. And that's it. Like I said, do it mean we're all the saints? We ain't messed up. We ain't acting like I'll be. Of course. Of course. I got better by doing wrong. You know? I learned right by making mistakes. I might not have learned like you, but I learned. And that's what counts. That's how we win. Your story might not be my story, but until you can understand how your story is to empower you and make you better, you're going to be lost. Trying to figure out if maybe somebody else is holding the key and they not. We hold the key. We hold the key. We hold the key to opening our hearts to letting the love we want from from the opposite sex or in a relationship. We hold the key. We hold the key. We hold the key. It was so much I didn't even see that was so good about me that I was forgetting. Because I was holding the key. I was holding the key. And like I said, I wish I could tell y'all that I could wake up some days and I don't just feel bad that it took this long. And then some days I may think, man, does this mean it's my end because I'm seeing it finally? No, it's the end of that life. It's the end of that life. It's the end of that pain. And it ain't fully over yet because you still got some parts that pull you. But one day you just like a snake. I'm just gonna shed that skin. But like I told you, I heard a pastor, like I said, I grabbed what means something to me. I heard a pastor say one time, heal the wound, but leave the scar. Because I don't never want to forget. I don't know. So that's what I'm telling you. All my life is, I'll never forget. I'll never forget these, where I come from. Triple A, hey sis. That's the running money now. Oh, you about to go live, Jim? I'm gonna have to stop on through there. When I get up out of here, I'm gonna run out and take out a knee. I'm gonna have to stop on through there. It gets good. Oh, I'm excited, Denise. I am excited. I'm excited for, when you get to those one, you're going through those stages. You think after teenagers with kids, it get easy, but they have to still grow and find themselves too. So it's still a development. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm not excited about what's now. I'm excited about what's it going to be. I'm excited about staying in the order of life. I'm excited about not having, but the fact that I didn't give up when I wanted to, when I felt like it'd never be any better. And I remember, like I said, the people who know me, they know, I say, man, these minds over here acting like this. And everything I touch turned to mud. And I believe that. And now I think, no, if you look at your life, you have turned things to life, including myself. Because I was, oh, man. Sometimes when people say, oh, what we trying to say, well, you're addicted on drugs, and that, you out there, you did time to, you got to know that just because you didn't go there doesn't mean you weren't hurt. Or because you didn't go there don't mean that you couldn't have ended up on that road, because just like anybody else, you might have been in the same thing. Like in the same bad place or a bad decision away from doing it, an accident away from being there. Whatever the reason is, it's not exempt. I used to tell people all the time when I had 11 people living in my house, tell people all the time, I could be homeless tomorrow. You never know, good or bad, what it's going to bring. Enjoy what you're in at the moment. Do your best. That's it. That's it. That's it. And trust me, you ain't gonna never find nowhere I ever lived where I ain't pay a bill. Where I owed money, I walked out, and I owe this. You ain't gonna find no companies talking about I owe them on anything. Now, you might find a couple credit cards. I might have splurged and blurged, and that still was years ago, because I ain't even ran credit cards since I was 21. I'm 42 years old. If you think you're gonna find that kind of stuff on me, you're not. Like I told you, right, wrong, or indifferent, I stand firmly in every part of me, made me who I am today. It's a piece of that puzzle. I went left to know to go right. You know what I mean? I stood up and stopped laying down being defeated. I will. What are you talking about? Yes. Yes. That's right. That's right. That's right. And that's why I tell people, no matter how your journey was, they got you here. So if people, well, I've never done that before. I never. Hey, baby, don't matter how you journey, what road you took, we ended up right here together. Right here together. And I'm just going to believe in the good things, that it was for the best. So sometimes when we got there, I might not have been in a place where I need to be for what I'm going to do in this journey we're having together. But we got to the right places so we could start making those, finding that path with each other. You never know it. You can get up with some people and be thinking, oh, these are cool people. And later on realize as we start an organization together. I started a shelter with somebody before, a woman in a 50 women and children shelter, emergency shelter. And when we went to start, when I first met them, I never knew that's what would be our thing together. And though I don't mess with 95% of the people that was involved in that anymore, that was our season. So I could always say at 5126 South Paulina in Chicago, Illinois, back in 2005, I did help build that. I did help them as they put down floors and put down, put up drywall. I did help them as they paint. I was there. I did call the Palmer House Hotel and get them to donate sheets and pillows to the shelter for these women. That is a part of what I've done. That is something I could always stand in that and know that for the season and for the moment. Now, some of them shorties that was up in that shelter, I still mess with them to this day. Some of those families, I still to this day, go on my Facebook, you'll see, and they know me. They'll tell you, I am who I say I am. I do what I say I do, and I ain't perfect. And I love to tell you about all the rich people I know because I do it no few. I ain't one of them. I'm just blessed. But I'm not one of them. Nah. My riches come from my heart. But like I said, But I knew, but that's what you never know. So when I got with those people, I never knew that that's what we would do together. I never knew that. But had I been like, well, they this way and I'm not, they this and I'm not, I wouldn't have did that. And that's a part of me. Like I said, in my hair city. But yeah. So you never know. Just like I said. But I feel that all of us came in touch with each other for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. That's everything. And you never know. That reason could be the season for our lifetime. You never know. You never know. Now, see, I said I was going to get off before he said it was time to go because he listening to me. And because, like I said, you went out at 3. I started at 3:30 and it is 5:15. That wasn't even 2 hours. He's so full of it. He's so full of it. Just so full of it. But yeah, but I have enjoyed talking to you guys. Like I said, I missed you all yesterday. But I need that day, and I want everybody to do that. I want you sometimes just take a couple of hours, and even if you can't go to the lakefront or water's not your thing, maybe you go for a walk. Maybe you don't want to leave the house. Maybe you go in your backyard. Maybe you can run a bubble bath. Maybe you can read a good book that you love to just get you happy. Y'all, we all getting hammocks this year. I gotta be on a hammock. I'm a hammock kind of person. You know what I mean? Go on your hammock. Do something. Enjoy you paint your nails. Paint your nails. Do something. Enjoy yourself. Just enjoy you. Because yesterday I enjoyed the water. And I enjoyed that not only did it listen to me, the water is the one place since I was a kid that'll keep your secrets. It'll hear you all the way out. It'll hear you when you want to say, I'm a little scared. And it'll tell you, and it answers me. I'm sounding crazy, I know, in here. Somebody saying, Danny is talking about this water. There's something in water with me. There's something in it. If you know me, you know that I want to be cremated when I die, and I want my ashes thrown over the sand at the ocean in San Diego, like I am. It's something in the water to me. There's something in it. And yesterday it rejuvenated me. I mean, it really brought me back. It brought me back to life. It brought me back. I thought of the stories of all the things that went. Because when I see the water, I think about that. I think about when I'm by the ocean, I think of the animals. I think of the ships. I think of the different immigrants that came across oceans. I think of the pirates. I think of everything. When I see the lake, I think of the boats. All that it came through. I think of the people who have swam through the water. All the different people. People who may have passed in the water. I don't know. But I swear there's something since I was a kid that when you look at water and can see yourself, you really see you. That's how I feel. Like I really see me. Different than a mirror. I see me. The parts of me made of what I see me. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes you don't even like to speak how you think. Because someone say, is she crying? I'm like, who does that? We all are connected with something. And I just really have a connection with water. I do. So even though I love to swim and stuff, that's not even connection I'm talking about. Where there's something with me, there's a calm to me in water. That's just a peace. It helps me to think. Mm-hmm. Oh yes, you have a wonderful Friday too, Denise. Enjoyed you, sis. Deep sea diving. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Marianne, you too. Sis, I am so happy you are home. I'm so happy you are home. And tell your sis we love her so much for being such a great sis and keeping us updated that day when she dropped in for us. Um, and thank you. We love her too. We love her too, but we're happy you're doing good. We want to send some more good vibes, healing vibes, prayers for you, sis. Uh, Tina, you're 6 weeks out of surgery. You're doing good. Susan, your husband's doing better and better every day. Guys, man, it's the love. You just keep sending love. And don't get me wrong, no matter what you're doing, good or bad, even you're doing the greatest things in the world, life can have things happen that are bad because it can't happen. But I just feel like sometimes when we're putting out the good energy, it gives us a little strength to fight a little bit better or bounce back a little easier when this other stuff comes. It usually gets a little too heavy. So I love when we're giving love to each other and giving support to each other and being there for each other. That's how you make this chain of change in this sisterhood. Is being there for each other and making sure you know, like I said, you're not alone. You're not alone. You didn't come in this party alone. And here's the greatest thing about it. All we got to do is open our hands and let the next person in. So anybody can come in. And I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? We ain't asking for nothing. You ain't got to pay to get in. It's free. It's free. But I promise you, you can't buy love. So it may be free to get in, but what you can get is priceless. It's priceless. It's priceless. Get a little love. Look at me. Look at him. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I always feel y'all energy. I always do. That's why I keep y'all posted. And so this is going on. Let me tell you about this. I thank you. I thank you all for caring. I thank you all for praying for me. I thank you all for sending out good vibes. I thank you all for coming in here, and we always can have a great chat. And I thank you for welcoming and letting anyone that comes in and showing respect. I thank you all because that is you all doing that. That is not me. That is you all doing that. Because remember, when we talk choices, you choose to do what you want to do. And what you all choose to do is come in and wear your crown. And I respect it. I respect the crown from everybody. I do. So I am very excited. Hello, Carla. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great weekend and welcome to the kingdom. Come back. Come back and chill with us. Come back and chill with us. I promise you. I promise you. This is the place. I promise you. You come on up in here. You can come in. Nobody ever gonna treat you bad. We in here giving out love. You know what I'm saying? Loving on each other because we real people. Came from real worlds. Ain't all saints up in here. And we can say we saints. You can put saint next to us, but we all up in here. We're just good people, real people. Just in here giving what everybody swear they want. That's just a good time to laugh, be able to have a conversation, be able to kick back, relax. All right, that's it. This is it. This is who we are. So it's good to see you. We hope to see you even more up in here. It's good to see you, and thank you so much. Thank you so much. I promise you, I hear my smile. Pain how you not want to smile. Pain to make you think you're wrong to smile. I promise you. I've been there. I've been there. I've been there. Now the love make me smile. New people come in and make me happy. That's someone else to the army. That's another light to turn on. That's really what I see. I'm not the only one. So that's it. But guys, I'm gonna get on out of here. I will be putting up some music egg questions on the community wall. I will be doing that today. I think I'm gonna drop a short or two. Because like I said, I had tamales today. Oh, I love tamales. I don't know. I didn't like tamales. I don't like frozen ones. But I had some nice fresh tamales today. But yeah, that's pretty much about it for me today. And you might catch me in somebody else's chat. Who knows? I could come back on later. I don't know what this Friday is going to bring. I don't have a clue. Oh, yeah. And Carla, on Sundays, we have a pajama jammy jam where we hang out and get ready for this week, this crazy week. So we try to have fun all day. I try to come live more than once on Sundays, and we try to hang out and get up with each other before the night's over. That's something I really want to make sure that we enforce and we stick to with each other. So you never know, because these weeks get hard every week for everybody. We all will be going through something. So always uplift and love on each other. You never know what a how you doing could do for somebody. A smile could change somebody's day, for real, for real. So I love you guys, and I will catch you, like I said, if not today, tomorrow. Bye-bye. Look at fake Jake. Look at fake Jake, y'all. And Carla, that's Nino, the fakest dog you ever gonna meet, but my best friend at the same time. All right, y'all, I am out of here. See ya. Thank you, Susan and Emma. And thank you, everybody. Have a good one. Love ya.